All right, guys, welcome back for some more StarCraft action here in the European qualifiers for the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne. My name's Kyle Laris, alongside Apollo, and now we're moving into some of the final series of the day.
That's right, the last couple of games before we finish stage 1 of the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne European Qualifier. And we are now going over to the player that's probably, in terms of coming from Korea to Europe, making one of the biggest splashes of hype generating for this year. Of course, it's Jjakji playing for Team My Insanity. And he's a former GSL champion. Back in 2011, is living, is breathing European air, or Swiss air. Get it? He's breathing Swiss air, and he's ready to dominate this year in Europe. So I really think that this is definitely going to be a year to watch out for Jjakji, as he's definitely making his waves through WCS. He's making his way through qualifiers, through ladders, through everything. And to be honest, every time that I haven't actually seen, like physically seen the games, but every time I look at results, it's like Jjakji 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. He's like dominating everybody so far.
Yeah, I think he even tweeted out somewhere that he was like, if anybody wants to try and get to #1 on EU ladder, good luck with me here. Something to that effect.
It's like a fantastic player, and you know, there's so many good players that play obviously in South Korea, and they all kind of, you know, shelter each other out from the true glory of how good they actually are.
Yeah, exactly.
But now he's come out of Korea, we're really seeing that in comparison to what he's usually used to. And we're seeing a lot more of him in these tournaments, in these European scenes. So happy to see that. And let's find out how far he's going to get today as he goes up against Fanatics, if I'm not mistaken, Academy still player in pink. And, well, can he do it, Kalaris, against a big name like Jjakji? Of course, the best of 3. Loser is out.
It's going to be a difficult one. Pink, you know, I think a lot of these Fnatic players, just in general, have been having a phenomenal run as of late. We've got Pink, Mini Razor, Harstem, and Zanster all really making a mark. But can he make it further than Jjakji? We'll have to see. Let's get into game #1 as we have spawning down to the bottom right-hand corner our blue Terran representing My Insanity. He is Jjakji. And down to the bottom left, we have our red Protoss. He is Fnatic Pink.
Let's see what Pink can do now against Jjakji. Terran versus Protoss is quite written out, I'd like to say, kind of on both sides. I think Protoss have a lot more, you know, variation when it comes to their strategy and build orders, and that's probably, you know, the area we'll see that variation will come from Pink. Jjakji, I think, is going to just play out a very standard game. The 2 main openings that you see here are going to be the Reaper Expand, or it's going to be toward the command center first. And with an SCV already jiggling and moving and doing a little circle dance, it is going to be most likely that Reaper opening here, with the gas being taken as well. That's what we will see. It is a strong opening.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't necessarily need to be straight Reaper, though. Flash, for example, goes Reactor immediately. And then builds 2 Reapers, delays his command center in hope of gaining more scouting, because you need a second supply depot if you're going to get the reactor so early on to continue production from that.
Yeah, of course.
But what we do see in the European servers usually, from most Terrans, is just that single Reaper over to the expansion and then the reactor.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, it was something that we saw MVP doing in WCS Europe a little bit. I think against Showtime was one of the times that we saw him utilize something like the Reactor with the 2 Reaper opening here. But for now, it looks like, well, we'll find out in just a second.
Yeah, 50 gas, probably Reaper. It's the most common. So he goes Reaper, and then from that position, you can scout with an SCV as well, because on a 4-player map, you don't know where he is. So the SCV is going to go up north, I imagine, and the Reaper will probably go west, or something along those lines, just kind of work together a little bit to get to the Protoss base fast. But a Reaper opening, the biggest strength, not so much to kill probes, it's the scouting information. Of course, a probe or 2 is excellent. Sometimes Terran players get greedy and try to get 3, maybe 4, kind of lose the Reaper, but then you can get stung by a Protoss player who then throws out a tech you're not ready for. So the main purpose is going to be the Reaper. The Reactor will follow. The expansion follow before the second supply depot here. And there are 2 follow-ups from Jjakji, by the way. From this point, it's Factory or Barracks. Barracks probably 80 to 20 ratio favorable for most Terran players here.
And one thing he's going to be looking for, if he actually gets in there eventually, is the opportunity. Well, actually, he already got a probe that was scouting about, as he did realize it was there with the SCV. But also, if he gets in, seeing how much gas is mined is normally a good indicator as to what's really going on. But
where's this SCV going up north, Claris?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by this.
His opponent's not top left, so this SCV, if he's going to place down a factory or something, is way out of position.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he may have for intentions here. Yeah.
And that's actually quite a quick engineering, but I guess he's scared of some kind of Stargate opener.
Oh, he's got his +1 attack and definitely can build a turret if he scouts something coming.
Yeah.
Because if a Stargate, remember that Jjakji hasn't seen anything yet. If Stargate was down before the Nexus, it can arrive as early as 5:30.
Exactly.
Which is 30 seconds time, so the engineering bay is good. If it's later, it can come between, like, I think the timing is 6:30 to 7, the fast one, and then maybe a little bit after, somewhere along those lines.
Yeah.
So he is preparing for that. But the Reaper is now going to go in. He will not build a turret at all.
Look at this. Really, really nice use of this Reaper as well. Sees the Stargate, sees an Oracle being chrono boosted.
So he will probably just add another turret here.
Yeah, perfect moves here by Jjakji.
Wonder what this SCV's for up the top left. I wondered if he had tried maybe going for a factory. It was a little bit weird, his scouting pattern there, but after his the SCV being too far away and trying to build a factory, it's too far. He's throwing down 3 barracks here. He's got his Marines ready. He's got a turret being built on the natural and his Marines inside the main base, so he covers both. And this Oracle's going to have a hard time.
Do you reckon the SCV was trying to see some kind of weird proxy Stargate positioning,
No,
maybe?
because it was sat still there. It was sat still.
It was sat still, you're right.
And why would he be scared of a proxy all the way up there?
Yeah, it's really strange.
I think he may have had plans to build a factory, but whatever the case, it's not important anymore, as it's not happening.
The Oracle's now going to try and head on in, but the Marines are already well placed. He hasn't even thrown down a missile turret, just as he doesn't need it with that Marine count.
No, he does not. He's got 1 turret on the natural where there are no Marines. He's even skipped the bunker, realizing his opponent can't be aggressive with gateway units at this point, and there's a turret there, so... Nothing. A single Marine killed. Good start here for Jjakji. Behind this, though, we have Pink, who has gone over towards double gases on his natural quite fast. He's skipped up on units, basically. He's only got that single Sentry Stalker and, of course, Mothership Core. Having that phone overcharge is always going to be nice. Jjakji spots the Forge. So he now sees exactly the follow-up, which was 3 gateways in total after the Stargate's finished. A Forge. Missed the Twilight Council here.
And also sees no extra Oracles producing or anything from the Stargate at this point. Now, one thing that I think that, well, not only you, but other people have been using quite a lot is the Stargate more actively in this matchup nowadays.
Yeah, but it will not be used in this game. He needs the robotics facility. The way that we see Stargate used more actively is with Phoenixes in partnership with Colossus.
Yes.
But with the Twilight Council, no, that's not the case. So there's a couple of branches which Pink can go down here. He's obviously feeling out his opponent with the Oracles. Where is his units? How many are they? Are they coming at me yet? The 2 pathways he can go down is there could be some funky 2-base play where he goes with Templars. Or he's just going to play it a lot defensively with Templars. He's got to be Templar anyway, the Twilight Council coming down. It's either going to be a 2-base play or most likely just slowly play defensively into taking a 3rd. And then look at Colossus a little bit later on. I doubt he'd go for... you could go for a 2-base attack if you'd gained a bit of a lead in this game because your opponent's a little bit slower than he should be. But no, Jjakji's actually full steam ahead. His build was great. He deflected the Oracle. He's not slow. It would be unwise to go for a 2-base attack. And with that being said... There's a second Forge.
Yeah, and he's constantly trying to look for opportunities to poke him with the Oracle once again. But the spread that we're seeing from Jjakji in terms of his Marine positioning to complement this turret as well is phenomenal. He finds a small opening, but he's going to lose.
2 SCVs to lose the Oracle. You know, some say that's worth it. Some say it's not. I'm going to lean on the side that it's not that worth it.
It's tough.
I think it would have been better to have the Oracle out there for use of Revelation, for use of maybe poking into the main base once Jjakji moves out, because remember, there's no turret there. So I think it could have been used better. Obviously, he wasn't looking to just kill it off there. He was looking to get some damage, but in the trade-off, he did lose it.
No, I've got to agree. I feel that Revelation really complements a Storm play if you're able to anticipate your opponent's maneuver with their bio, etc. But look at this.
Jjakji's macro's been on form. Look how many units he has. At this point, at 10 minutes, that's a lot of units. That's no supply blocks. That's consistent production from the barracks.
And the thing is that Oracle was his one point of reference as to when his opponent was moving out. I mean, Storm is about to finish, just barely.
To be honest, I think that with good force fields here, if Storm is complete, he could kill almost everything here.
Yeah.
Combat Shields is not ready. Storm is seconds away. If he traps these units with good force fields, kills this off, then he can take a third base. Then he can actually expand and push himself further into this game. This could be a big moment, but good scan.
Oh, drops his scan, tries to push in here. Oh, the Storms actually ripped that entire bio apart.
Yeah, great couple of storms there, and that's what I thought could happen. But remember, still units left over. There was a lot of units killed, but a lot of units left.
Time to try the drops. He didn't have vision of that actually coming in. Did have one High Templar there that could try feedback, but those medevacs aren't really that high on energy, so it wouldn't have mattered a huge amount.
Yeah.
We'll push it away for now, though.
All right, Jjakji's still with that third command center. He's added on a fourth barracks. He's adding on a fifth barracks here. He's got his +2 attack, and I think he may be looking to pull SCVs. Very dangerous to do so if that, but I don't, well, I think that may be a possibility, but I don't think it's so wise against Storm. Definitely should be looking to ramp up the pressure, ramp up the drops, and then eventually take a third here.
Looking to try and drop once again. Those medevacs don't have that high energy, so once again, feedback not the most amazing. 3 Zealots will try and hold that at bay, but a Storm goes down to try and prevent some of that damage. And in the end, he can clean this up pretty nicely. Pink is doing really, really well.
Double Forge, Zealot charge, fantastic set.
Loses a few High Templars at the front, doesn't manage to get another one.
But pushes his opponent back, and this is really good. He's got a Warp Prism out. If this continuation of harassment goes on, then he can counterattack with this Warp Prism. I think at this point, you're almost safe to get ready to take a third base as the Protoss player. Simply because it's slowed down. You've got Storm, you've got a lot of units. He just needs to keep on using the Double Forge efficiently. But, as you pointed out, High Templars were sniped, which means they had to be replenished, which means the gas has been spent elsewhere apart from the forges. He could have really been further ahead with his upgrades if it wasn't for a couple of key snipes from Jjakji.
Trying to produce a few Widow Mines to use those in the middle of the map. He's also looking for a drop as well, but again, Pink is well set up to be able to greet that. Meanwhile, that Warp Prism heading over the other side, and there is one Widow Mine there, but because there was no missile turret in the main, it's unlikely that he would have added one later on. Another drop here.
Yeah, big drop here, and that High Templar's not ready. Only just got built because he'd only just moved out to take third base, which means he only just got set up to defend this. So great timing there from Jjakji with the photon overcharge. He will push that back, but on the third, there's a force from Jjakji. Does not want to let that third get picked off.
Not too bad Storms. He does know that there's Widow Mines there, though. Lures it out with one Zealot, which did actually walk back to that anyway. And he's going to be able to get this snipe out. It's going to be very, very close, and he does get it. And he doesn't cancel.
Yeah, he really didn't want to let that get picked off there, which is why he didn't cancel it. He believed that he could save it and really needed to save it. Nice move there from Jjakji. He was continuing the onslaught. He picked off the robotics facility. Which, as anybody knows, is the key structure to moving towards Colossus. And that's not going to be the case here, which means he's stuck on High Templar tech.
And Pink, I mean, if you just look in the production tab, his macro is slightly falling behind here. He's got nothing in production. He's trying to scramble to defend every single location. Yes, he's dropped in the main and dropped a few Storms. Tried to kill some workers off.
He didn't get too many. He got about 8 to 10, I'd say, there.
But at the same time, in the natural here now, trying to push on forwards, trying to focus down that Nexus, which does have photon overcharge, but the army is so far out of position, he gets it. Storms will land, but he catches a lot of it.
Catches a lot and gets out with a lot of it, and even those guys were, close to death, they were picked up and will be healed. And Jjakji, considering the start of the game where he lost quite a few units there, has been able to, with his 5 barracks, by the way, before the 3rd command center, has been able to produce a lot of units. He's been all over the place. The weakness of this Templar style is it's very immobile. He can't keep up.
Yeah, it's been a phenomenal performance from Jjakji from the 10-minute mark onwards to try and get himself fully stabilized in this game. And now, I mean, Pink, his economy is shattered. He has to get another 2 Nexi on the way. But Bio is building up in the middle of the map to try and push on with this assault. Storms are going to have to land brilliantly here for Pink.
And with his economy being shattered, remember that the Colossus transition is non-existent because it's been shattered. So all that Jjakji needs to do is keep on doing what he's doing, dropping. When the fight eventually comes, make sure he's spread out. And he set himself up quite nicely. There's a nice drop here inside the main base, by the way. He could even get the Nexus with, he's not going to just launch himself at it, but with 5 Marauders, 6 Marauders, that's a lot of damage.
Looking for another pylon. Meanwhile, in the natural, also killing off quite a few probes that were rallied down here. Oh, his supply blocked out. Well, okay, he gets out of it now, but he's even at the 3rd base. Few feedbacks as well as Storms. We'll push that away.
Jjakji's dropping in the main. He's on the natural. He's on the 3rd, and this is what we've seen. This is actually the practical side of all those 2 zeros that we've seen on the paper of Jjakji throughout the last couple of weeks in any kind of tournament he's been playing. And this is it. This is absolutely domination from the Korean.
Yeah. how do you deal with this triple-pronged harass? If you slip up at one
Yes.
location and your army's like walking down there, and then 2 other drops in every single base, it's so hard to deal with. He's executing this brilliantly.
He's playing like a Korean Terran player.
Oh yeah.
He is absolutely cruising in this game, just units everywhere, and Pink just can't keep up.
GG.
Wow.
That went from 1 to 100 miles an hour very quickly.
Was, you know, the throughout today, even though I think Karsten was probably up there with being, you know, winning the game quite easily in some aspects.
Yeah.
That was probably the most convincing win we've seen today. Just outclassed in every side, I'd say.
I mean, there were points there where I was showing how many units have been lost in that initial engagement with the storms and being able to push them back. And we saw like 25 units lost for Jjakji, whereas Pink had lost like 1 to 4 units.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, despite being in such a great position after killing that amount of army, just not able to follow through after Jjakji begins that really strong mid-game.
It did start very well.
Yeah.
I mean, the Oracle, you can say that it could have been nice if he'd gotten a couple of SCV kills with that, but it was scouted nice and early. You'd expect a good Terran player to be able to deflect that. And a lot of Oracles don't get that many SCV kills anymore unless it hasn't gone to scout. So you can say that that's kind of normal in most pro games. And from that point on, I think Pink was in good position. You know, it was great set a couple of storms to start off the first engagement of the game that pushed Jjakji back. But then the only thing that stands out is just the defense. I mean, he was getting dropped in the main, and it was perfectly timed, to be honest, with Jjakji, as he spots his opponent moving out to take a third, moves in exactly at the right time to the main base. And there was all these drops just perfectly timed out there. And he was able to crack the defense of Pink, and that's definitely the thing that has to improve coming into this next game for sure. It's the biggest thing that pushed him back. It is the main thing that kept him back in that game.
He's certainly right. And now going on to game number 2, let's quickly check which map it's going to be. Daedalus Point, which I'm not as surprised that we see it in this matchup compared to some others, for example. So I'm looking forward to casting my first game on this map.
Yeah, I have not casted a game. I've played quite a lot on this map. It is a map that has been rustling some feathers when it comes to players and you know, playing on this. And the reason for that is, if you haven't yet played it yourself, is that on the second base of any player, the ramp is rather large and it's very difficult to defend. In Terran versus Protoss, I don't think it's not as big as some of the other matchups, which involves walling off. For example, Zerg versus Protoss, Zerg versus Terran. But here, there's definitely an opportunity maybe for some big 2-base play from Pink that could have Zealots charge up that ramp from its large range of space available. But I don't think it's really going to matter that much here. I don't know, it definitely could do, but we'll see. It depends, maybe Hellions, something like that.
Maybe. Maybe. All right, we're just waiting now. And there we go. We have our final member in the lobby to get into game number 2. All right, countdown's begun for this map. And, well, Pink, we'll see if he gets as good an opening as he did there in game number 1. I wouldn't say his opening was good, more the fact that Jjakji ended up...
Do you think he plays similar or changes it up completely? Because you can obviously change it up completely coming into this next map.
I would say with the way in which we see Jjakji using his drop play, I think he has to change it up. It's too difficult to deal with if you allow him to get going like that, right? It's a very, very scary thing to play against.
All right. Well, let's find out what his choice of strategy will be and build coming into this game. Does he go for the same Oracle after Nexus? Does he try to play Templar play again? I'll have to find out, because I think Jjakji's going one way, and it's probably the same as he just did.
Straight to the top. We do have that man spawning up to the top left-hand corner, representing my insanity. He is Jjakji. And down to the bottom right, we have our red Protoss. He is Pink.
Pink indeed. He's a dangerous player.
Yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, I think he brought out a very, very strong, I would say, surprise there from to kind of catch out Jjakji. But then from there on out, dealing with that kind of presence that Jjakji shows on the map, it's so hard.
That's what makes a dangerous player. Surprises. You don't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
I've got no idea what to expect from Pink coming into this game. I would feel out that we're most likely going to see a Reaper again. you can go command center first, but then you have to try to be prepared for everything. And everything nowadays, especially with the viability of blink plays, you know, it can be very difficult, especially on a map like this, where you can blink into the main base quite easily. From blink up to the ramp and then into the main base, and blink plays quite. I'd say I've seen it quite a bit on this map as well.
I'm curious. I mean, I have seen it too, but I'm wondering if you can land a force field on that ramp from the low ground here.
I'd say it's just out of reach to get a full ramp.
I think, yeah, just out of reach.
Only just out of reach to get a full
maybe you can
ramp
get there, but not there.
All right, so a nice and early scout here from Pink, looking to see if Jjakji's changed up his build at all. Seeing if it is command center first or if it is going over for the Reaper play, which it is indeed that Reaper play once again. And now Pink knows, with the barracks being placed, it is a very early scout here, and he's only taken a single gas. So it looks like with just a single gas here, he is going to just open up with a more regular build. It's going to be the Mothership Core into Stalker Defense to set up. The Mothership Core, oh, by the way, look, it's a reactor first.
Ah, okay.
Bigger map, higher potential for hidden structures.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd be surprised if you built Marines from this, unless you wanted to build the factory quite fast.
Yeah,
but it should be double Reaper.
Yeah, I would think so as well. It's certainly very good, especially after game number 1, where he feels he probably kind of manhandled his opponent in the mid game. Like, all right, okay, maybe Pink now wants to do something a little bit more aggressive early on. I need to be able to sniff that out quickly. And then I think my mid game will hold me on nicely.
Yeah, double Reaper's coming out here. Though, he did notice that it was just a single gas being built. So he knows that there is no tech coming out from his opponent at all in this position. He could even throw down the engineering bay, but actually, no, okay, that's smart. I was going to say he could, because when you go for the reactor like this, it's kind of harder to get your expansion down as fast, and you could use the money to get the engineering bay down, but the Zealot was kept alive. I think that was smart there from Pink. That definitely could have happened.
Yeah, and well, Pink trying to pile on block, but Terran has the advantage of being able to fly around with their buildings, so does certainly not want that pylon to finish, as it would just be a wasted investment realistically. And just sending out the Reapers.
Yeah, where's the Mothership Core? It's a little bit late.
It is.
He's built quite a few probes here. Quite a few. And there's the Twilight Council. That's why the Mothership Core isn't here.
Yeah.
He's trying to tech off one gas, and this is false information that Jjakji's gathered to what it leads to. With only seeing one gas, you are not expecting tech here unless you cut out a key structure like the Mothership Core. And without the Mothership Core or Stalker, how can you stop a Reaper?
He's got to be, he's got to be so careful about trying to keep that hidden.
Yeah, the Mothership Core is out. The Stalker's being chrono boosted. The Reaper's not moving. And it is important to scout this structure because, as mentioned, Jjakji is not expecting any tech.
And where's the second Reaper?
Oh, look at this.
Okay, it's on the
It's actually kind of a bit of a funky build. With a single gas and the cutting of the Mothership Core and then adding on the Mothership Core and Stalker, he can't even use the Twilight Council properly. You know, it's been finished for a long time, but he cannot use the Dark Shrine or the Templar the Blink upgrade yet.
You know what's interesting about
it's a little bit slow.
The gateway placement denies that Reaper from actually being able to cut a corner there, but he does see it anyway.
Now he sees Blink researching.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, this is kind of, he may cancel it and go DTs. Either way, you're expecting Twilight Tech now. You're going to add on double Tech Lab onto these double barracks he's got inside his main base to add on double Marauder production. And you're going to get a turret on the natural, because that's stopping Dark Templar.
Exactly.
It's going to stop Blink play. So unfortunately, this has been spotted. Nice scout there from the Reaper. A little bit of an interesting build. I think that was maybe on the fly, Pink, which would make sense for the lack of gas alignment. But he's going to go for it anyway. As you can see, extra gateways coming in.
These Marines just moving up to the bottom left-hand side here. I'm wondering if he's actually wanting to sandwich these units as they come in, because that was a really odd spot that those Marines moved into.
Yeah, I think he's looking just in case of probes on the left-hand side that he could be able to pick off. But he knows that Blink is going to be on its way. He's got to be very, very careful. He finds a probe, that's great. But if he walks into Stalkers that have Blink, then he's going to lose the game. And he's actually going to find the probe.
Yeah.
Awesome find. Really awesome find. Looked left, looked right.
And very smartly moved straight towards it before firing.
Wow, that's annoying.
Yeah. Because he didn't want to just shoot it and then it run away.
He's seen the extra gateways, by the way. He's seen every single gateway.
Oh,
so he knows exactly what's coming. Exactly. He's starting to build his bunkers now. He's got his Marauders on the way. +1 attack finish because of the old engineering bay that he adds into his build.
This is going to be really difficult for Pink to break.
The probe on the left-hand side is going to get spotted by a Marine here. And, you know, I said that in a very sad voice because this is a little bit sad for Pink. Everything he's tried has been completely shut down.
Well, manages to slip in a pylon quickly, And Jjakji does not want to move out to try and deny that. But he very, very closely did. And then if he had have done, that would have delayed this even more.
Yeah. And Factory's been started now on the natural. And an additional bunker to prevent the blink, which goes up to the ramp there as well. And he just knows that he has to hold this. He knows it's not going to be Dark Templars. He saw the gateway, the massive gateway count added on. He saw the blink being researched.
I mean, one big thing about this map that's very good for blink all-ins is that the distance between this ramp and the main base is huge for the bio to actually cover.
Yeah.
But he's so well positioned and already. I mean, he's known about this for the past 3 or 4 minutes. So. Yeah. He's so well prepared.
He is very ready for this, and Pink is going to have a almost impossible time breaking this, especially now Stim is only 15 seconds away from completing. With the additional, damage that Stim gives, all for it. The starport's on its way. He's going to be looking towards Medivacs eventually here.
And will he blink up? He gets 1 SCV, but he realizes how many units are up there thanks to the 14 range of the Mothership Core. So. Or vision, I should say, even. But now, going to try.
Mothership Core!
Oh, he loses it. He gets one of the bunkers at the front, but losing the Mothership Core, you're right, that's a huge blow. He can't blink up to any high ground right now.
No, he'll only have to fight on the natural. And Jjakji says, I got plus on the side, I got a lot more orders, I got a lot of units.
I'm probably just going to kill you.
Yeah, and he just goes back. He's going to wait for Medivacs here. He's got the Rector on the factory as well. This is not going to work.
Not the crispest of execution here for Pink, but Jjakji's going to absolutely bulldoze a lot of those Stalkers as they absolutely get dismantled. And there you go, GG. Jjakji advances 2-0 of Fnatic Pink.
As a massive favorite to take, one of the 4 spots available here today. Jjakji just steamrolling through Pink there and is looking great. He's looking on form. He's looking really clinical with his decisions and his execution. And Jjakji moves 1 step closer, and it is just 1 step closer now, moving from the round of 16 into the next round, the round of 8, where he will fight for one of those spots against I don't know who, but I fear for that guy.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult one. He's going to be playing against either Morrow or Elfie next is Jjakji. Actually, we can bring up the brackets on the screen for you to show you exactly what has been going on recently. As you can see, Morrow's going to be playing against Elfie, which is... the winner will advance to play Jjakji, as we mentioned just previously. Hearthstone versus Zanster is currently going on. Meanwhile, we have Sort of versus Livezerg. Patience versus Mana. Didn't Mana beat Patience? I need to look that up at some point. And then we have Kane, who's going to be playing either Minimath or Unknown. And then Tefel advanced over Happy Zerg. So Tefel is 1 victory away from advancing on to tomorrow. And that would be nice for him, considering it's his birthday today.
Congratulations and happy birthday. Our next game that we're going to be jumping into from that bracket is going to be Mana playing against Patience. In another Protoss versus Protoss, we did have a very good one earlier today that started us off with Patience against Starnen. And now it's Mana's time to take the hot seat against Patience. Of course, the Korean player that did finish 3rd in the DreamHack Winter 2013 tournament, his Splash tournament. But now he's trying to make some waves in the Intel Extreme Masters. Of course, this is the qualifier for the European Cologne event. And the European qualifier, of course. Just a couple of weeks around the corner. At first, we do have Sao Paulo, which is next weekend. On the week of 26th-ish. Somewhere towards the end of the month. It's like 26th, 27th, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Somewhere around there is when that tournament... No, it may even start on the 28th, actually, now thinking about it.
And...
28th.
Now that I think, I just mentioned previously that I believe that Mana recently beat Patience, and he did. I just quickly checked to make sure that I was right in this assumption. He beat him 2-0 in the WCS qualifier during the wild card. So Patience was eliminated from the 1 opportunity that he had to qualify for WCS Challenger by Mana.
Oh.
So this is, we could see Mana take another victory here against a big favorite in this tournament. I mean, it's Patience. He's pretty good.
He's absolutely fantastic. He can't get 3rd place at such a tournament without playing well and being a good player. Yeah,
it was one of the biggest tournaments of 2013. Let's be honest. It was one of the biggest with one of the most stacked lineups. And for Patience to go there and just show his worth, very impressive.
And this would be this best of 3 now. It is a chance to play in the quarterfinals, which is where then you get the last best of 3 to move on to day 2, stage 2. And both of these players would go up against the winner of the Swedish player Sort of or Livezerg, who are currently about to play as well here in the round of 16.
All right. I believe I've just been notified that Mana's getting some food. So this could take a few minutes, as they haven't done the map vetoes just yet between Mana and Patience. In terms of what we've got going on in the rest of the bracket, we've already shown you the brackets here, but we're just waiting for Week to find out his opponent of Protosser or Zazu. Protosser previously of Mousebots, and now Protosser is... He's not on Ents. His brother's on Ents. Cyril is on Ents, and then... which team is Protosser on? I'm trying to think. It might be Menace from Finland, but regardless. And then aside from that, I am looking forward to seeing the result of Moru and Elfie, I've got to say, because that's a pretty cool matchup. And then the winner having to play against Jjakji. It's an uphill struggle, but one of them could be able to take it.
Okay, so I think this is right.
Ooh, we have
No,
a competition. Do you?
I need to find out where exactly it is.
Oh, okay. Well, we can fill you in on exactly what's happening with that. This, we have it at front here, is our Intel Extreme Masters signed by a lot of the players and casters that have graced us with their presence at the Intel Extreme Masters events. And we're looking to give that away during the next 2 days.
Yes, we are. And all you need to do to win this glorious thing, which has signatures, if I just completely go against the rules of TV,
that's fine.
Stand up.
That's fine.
That's Artosis. That's me. That's you. That's Grubby.
There's a BBBILY down there.
That's Pig from Australia.
Who's BBBILY? I
don't know who that is. That's Hazuobs, of course, former German EPS champion. And there's a couple of others. I can't really read upside down, but there's quite a few of them. So if you want the chance to win that, it's very simple. All you need to do is go to... hold on. You can have a look at my screen, and I can just kind of walk you through it. You go to, obviously, facebook.com/ESLTV, and you will find yourself on this page. And if you look on the last post, which is only 2 hours ago, from ESL TV, and that's me.
Oh, it is. Hi.
That's me. So just go to this down here. You obviously have to like and log in. Well, you need to log in, I guess, first. Then like, which I guess is somewhere where my arrow is. It's somewhere up there, I imagine. And then come down here and kind of say something. I'll read it out to you. Join us. We are giving away an exclusive autographed IEM signboard, autographs by me. Oh, Red Eye's in there somewhere. Altosis Grubby. Will.i.am. That's right. He was at IEM New York.
William.
That's one of the things. No, Will.i.am, not William.
Who's William?
No, Will.i.am. Okay.
Who's William? I don't know.
So there's an autograph on there from Will.i.am. He's the famous singer-artist.
Oh, I'm not in touch with popular culture.
He was at the Intel Extreme Masters New York tournament. So if you want, he's actually got a signature on there. I'm on the same thing as Will.i.am. And all you got to do is, I was trying to talk about, was kind of come down here and leave a comment.
That's a lot of comments.
There's 87 comments at the moment.
Without us even plugging it.
Yeah, so kind of just come over and have a look at this picture of me writing something on it. That's me doing my autograph. And then you just kind of comment on it, and there you go. That's kind of how to win it. Kind of simple. I would love the opportunity to win it, but I think it's against the rules. Because it's there, and I can win it. I can take it home with me today. So yeah, that's what you need to do if you want a chance to win that. If you don't give a crap, then I don't give a crap either. You don't.
That's very nice.
Don't write a comment. It's simple. But if you do want a chance, at the moment you stand 1 in a 87 chance.
That's probably going to go up a little bit.
That may double or triple, so the chance is very thin. But
wait,
if you do win, it feels more.
Was Will.i.am that guy from Black Eyed Peas? Was that the guy?
I don't know. I don't know that much.
I mean, I don't really know either. I'm just guessing.
I don't know that much.
Okay, sorry.
But yeah, he's famous.
That guy.
You want a famous guy's autograph?
Sub William.
Then then do that. So there you go.